Good. How are you? Sure. Adam Muto.
Ryann Shannon.
I guess I'll start it off. All right, so how did we get here? I know it's been a long time coming. You know, Fionna and Cake, everybody just completely like, oh, this came out the blue. Not really, but this was an episode of Adventure Time from years ago.
Yeah.
What brought this to us now?
I don't know. How did we get here? Because it seems really unlikely. I think it's just managed to keep going through, different cancellations, and Fionna and Cake were like popular enough with fans that it made sense to kind of pursue that. Because I think even when they first started that first episode, people were like, "Hey, you should do a Fionna and Cake series," and we didn't know what to do because it was like, well, why wouldn't we just do that as a Fionna and Cake episode? So this is kind of having that series concluded. Kind of gave us the opportunity to take Fionna and Cake, who haven't been explored quite as much, and just like, what story can we do with them that we could never do with Fionna and Cake?
Is that why you did that instead of bringing back
Yeah. Also, just, they had an ending, so it feels like you could do more episodes, but you're really at risk of just repeating other stories we've done or just doing iterations of the type of story we've done before. So, I mean, I would love to, find ways to keep using them, but it also really risks just kind of repetition.
In one of the last Fionna and Cake episodes, we see someone actually has a episode of the Fionna and Cake show.
Yeah.
Ever make a comeback connection with this new season?
Yeah, so that's one of the things we kind of teased and left open-ended in the original series. So hopefully there's enough answers that tie it to that series without over-explaining things.
I'm real.
So for Adventure Time was more focused as a kids show, but it dealt with some really surprisingly complex philosophical issues. Are you going to bring in Fionna and Cake, and are you going to take it to the graduate level?
Yeah, they're just going to sit down and talk and have just go over a treatise. No, I think it's building off of that, but we also definitely didn't want to just. It still has to move and have some vitality to it. So I think there are questions that are raised, but kind of in the same way, where it's this is not going to explain the entire philosophy. This is just sort of a question that you can sort of chew on without giving you a kind of answer.
Did you give us a long report of your entire philosophy?
No. that is it. It's just no.
Well, I'm very curious and excited about Simon's role in the show. You mentioned during the panel that he is still adjusting to being in the world of Who, still dealing with this trauma being Ice King, the loss of Betty, finding his place.
Yeah.
And Tom Kennedy mentioned recently that in recording the first episode, it was one of the most emotional experiences that he had.
Yeah.
And so I am really curious about where Simon's arc, where we'll see him go, and how he'll interact with Fionna and Cake, these characters who we originally thought were fanfic characters of his, but then are maybe TV characters that he got inspired by, and just how his dynamic with them, how that will encourage his character arc and growth.
Right. Yeah, I think that's one thing that we wanted to explore is because to him these are characters that Ice King wrote. He's just dealing with somebody else's fanfic that he doesn't really connect to anymore because he's not the Ice King. So he doesn't necessarily even think of himself as being the Ice King in any way. That's sort of a phase of his life that he doesn't really want to talk about. So the first couple episodes are sort of dealing with where he is now and sort of learning that he is connected to that and how. And yeah, Tom, that was nice of Tom. That's not every single episode was the most emotional report he's had. I think there was a specific episode that he had a really big scene and he kind of had an extended monologue that he's probably talking about. But that's sort of later in the series.
That's exciting. I also happen to notice that Ice King is in the poster, the new teaser visual,
yeah.
And that has me curious, will Ice King make a physical appearance, or is Simon still just grappling with Ice King as an internal demon, an alternate version of Ice King?
There's some of both because it is a multiverse. I mean, there's serious multiverse burnout, in fiction right now for sure. But one more. This is the last one, I swear. But we had already kind of established a multiverse within the world of the show, so we wanted to kind of see how Fionna and Cake could connect to that because they are you know, by definition, they're AU characters. Oh no, I'm talking to you.
It's all good.
So, yeah, we will see a version of a lot of different characters, but maybe not exactly in the way you'd expect, because we don't want to just suddenly have Ice King talking to Simon. That wouldn't really make sense, but we can show a version of Ice King interacting.
Really? Oh.
Where's the merchandise?
You know, they just have to say yes. Usually, like, licensees would go to CN and say, hey, we want to make the weirdest thing you've ever seen. And they're like, yes. And that's just not going to come.
That's, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Adam, Ryan, thank you so much.
awesome.
Yeah, here's my business card.
I just wanted to say that
Yeah.
thank you for working on this Adventure Time for so long. I was 10 when it came out, so I've grown up with it, and my brother has too. And like, it's really influenced how we live our lives, our like kind of the philosophies we go lives. Yeah. Thank you for thank you.
Oh, well, thank you for watching.
Yeah, I would look at your storyboards when they would be uploaded back when I was in high school, and they were a huge inspiration for me.
Oh, thank you.
When I got into animation.
Awesome. Yeah, we mean to put them up. They're harder to host now, so we haven't posted as many, but we still try to when we can. We're still updating the crew blog periodically. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.